Chilly 48 at 7 a.m. The sun should have been risen by now, and it probably is. It's just hidden by the clouds. Yeah, everything's wet today. I think between yesterday and last night, I got about 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, about 1/8. Wasn't very much. But the forecast says there's supposed to be some more rain coming today. At some point. Probably in the afternoon. I saw on the radar, some storms way out west and southwest. So pretty far away. So it'll take a while to get here. But it is a little chilly this morning. A little chilly. And cattle must be up in the barn because they're not out here. Yeah. One of these days I got to start working on that garden. I got some manure to haul out of the barn too. From last year. I never did get it. Yeah, everything's really wet down there. Yeah, when that new culvert shows up, I'll have him move that culvert from there over to there and put both of them in, and then I'll have him dig that ditch out and throw the dirt on this side. Build a little levee up on this side, especially around this turn. Yeah, make a higher wall there, so the water flows better. I think that'll work better. Eliminate the culvert there and put 2 of them over there. That's my plan. Oh, the redbud's just getting brighter and brighter. They sure look nice. Well, I'm not planning to do any work in this wet weather. Yeah, so I'll just be watching, see what happens. Oh, here comes Bud. I think he was in that tree. Huh. Okay, Bud. Yeah. Yeah, there's not much happening today. I'm just gonna wait until this. Supposed to clear up next week though. Supposed to be nice next week, sunny and warmer. So, and maybe by then the culvert's supposed to arrive at the store, TSC store, around the 9th. So I'll see if I can pick it up after that. And then I'll have that work scheduled with the mini excavator. Get that job done. Well, it's gonna rain today again. I was looking at the radar. There's a storm down in the southwest Missouri, headed this way. Yeah, but it's coming this way. Right now it's just after 9:30, and forecast showing it should get here about 9:30. Looks like a big one. Yeah, I don't know how much rain I'm going to get out of it, but I said I got about 1/8 of an inch last night, or yesterday and today. I couldn't hardly see anything in my rain bucket yesterday after that little rain. But today I bet there's going to be more. Okay, I said it's going to start around rain. I'm guessing it's going to start around 10:30 a.m. Oh, you just have to keep it, and it's still cool. Same temperature hasn't gone up, but it hasn't gone down. Still 48. And there's a little bully out there eating some grass. Yeah, the cattle are out here. One's up here by the bale, but the other one, they're just hanging loose, waiting for the rain too, I guess. I bet they're enjoying the cool weather since they got that nice long hair. But grass can still grow in this cool weather. They're mostly cool season grasses, so okay, I gotta go back in the house and stay warm. Yeah, gonna get another rain. Well, I'm pretty sure my culvert on the pond overflow is gonna hold up, because it did the last time I got an inch. I don't know about the creek down there, but the culvert out there by the other pond on top, I think that's gonna hold too. I got some little digging to do near the culvert eventually, but not right now. I'll just let the water run where it wants to run right now. But I got a little digging to do around there later. And the one down there, I'm gonna move the whole culvert over to the trees with an added culvert, so I have two culverts there. So that should take care of that. Yeah, I'll do some modifications there again after I get my second culvert comes in. All right, that's all for now. I'll keep an update on the rain coming again. I hope I don't get too much too fast. Yeah, as long as the creek can handle the runoff, the bottom should be good down there. And down there, I mean, way out there where the bridge is and my big pasture out there, way back there. They got plenty of hay, so I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about the creek flooding and damaging my fence. That's all. This is the 10 a.m. radar showing this big system over here, but I'm over here somewhere. So this is moving that way, so I don't think I'll get all of that. Where is it? Yeah. I don't think I'll get all that, but I'll get this area here. So it doesn't look like as much as I thought. So hopefully I won't get too much rain. Oh, yeah, as long as the creek can hold it. All right, I'm gonna go outside and take a look. See what it looks like outside. This is what it looks like as it progresses. That's right about now, and this is a future cast. Yeah, spreads out later on. We'll see what I get. I'll get some rain, don't know how much. Well, it's just after 10 a.m. and it's already starting to rain. I'm gonna drive out to the big pasture and to the bridge. I want to see what the creek looks like right now before the rain swells it up again. Just heard a little thunder overhead, so water's still pretty high, about the same as it was yesterday. Yeah, I don't know where all this water came from, because it had all night to drain down. But it's not raining to the north of me much. Like I said, it just started to sprinkle. The water's still pretty high, even after all night of running. I guess there's a lot of ponds that are overflowing. Lots of things are overflowing. Yeah, because it wasn't raining up north that I know of. Upstream, I mean. Can't tell for sure, but I think it's higher now than it was yesterday when I was out here throwing them logs off. I think there's one of the logs over there. Yeah, and the other one's over here. I remember that. Yeah. But that one there, that log was already there, and it was higher up. Yeah, it was higher up on the bank, so that water came up a little bit. But it's starting to rain steady now, so I better get back to the house before I get too wet. Huh. Oh, the water's already high, plus we're going to get some rain, so that doesn't look good. I was hoping this creek would be low, like down to normal, but it's half full already. Oh well, that's the way it goes. Just have to Wait and see how much rain we get. Maybe it'll be a less rain or slow rain. A slow rain would be better than a fast, heavy rain. Slow and light rain is what I'm hoping for. Slow and light. Cattle must be up at the high ground today. Up there's the hay bales because they're not down here. Up there, they're up there, way on the other end. There's that's that old pond, remnant of the old creek. I better get back to my truck. I walk from the gate. But this is what it looks like now. Like I said, the water don't have much higher to go, and it's raining more. So all I can do is hope for the best, and that my don't flood my pasture over there, and that my fence holds up. The bridge is starting out clean today before this rain, so that's good. But I'm headed home. Rain's getting heavier, so I better get going. Yeah, I'll have to wait and see what that area looks like after the rain. If the water goes up any higher, which I know it will because it's raining. Okay. All I can do is watch it and wait. Well, if the creek does overflow and floods this pasture here, hopefully the 6 added posts that I installed down there well, oh, here's a thunder, will be strong enough to withstand the force of the water. Yeah, better than last year anyway. Okay, I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping that it won't flood and that the rain will be slow and light, and the creek won't flood. That's my hope anyway. All right, back to the house. Well, it's 25 after 10. Just as I thought the rain would start around 10:30, so started a little early. So I'm not worried about this runoff here, even if it backs up and runs out this way, because sometime after next week, after I get the new culvert, and then I'll have 2, this one and the new one, I'm going to have this moved over to there, put both of them mown over here, and then I'll have this dug out deeper and throw especially over here around this curve, I'll have that dug out, and then this here, and then built up a little levee along a little ridge here, like it is over there, so to hold the water in. I think a couple culverts there would be better than where I had it there. Only reason I put it there because there was a big mound of dirt there that you could use. Okay, I'm getting wet. I gotta go in. Wait till the end. Oh, there's some thunder. Gotta go. Well, so far so good. It's a slow rain, so that's good. Slow and light rain so far. That's good. Hope it stays this way and doesn't get too heavy. Still a lot of water going into that creek though from somewhere, and now this is just going to add to it. So, and the ground is saturated, so I won't soak in. Just going to run off and fill the creek up faster. Yeah, and then there's supposed to rain again tomorrow too, so we'll see. Let's get through it today first. All right. Oh, the thunder's getting louder. Well, it's really rumbling to the southwest. So I may not have internet because of this rain, so may have to wait. I'll see what I can get though. Well, it's 10:30 radar shows rain is over me for sure. Yeah. I think I'm not going to get too much. I think I'm right about there, so the yellow part's already past me, and it's moving that way. So I think it might pass by quickly, I hope, and not dump too much rain on me anyway. All right, zoomed in on the radar, and this is what I got. Where am I? I'm right about there. So I think I got this part that came over, but I think that this might be coming this way too. Yeah, it's all moving that direction. I'll see what I get when it's over. How much I get, I mean. Okay, we'll see. I'll be back later. Well, it's still raining lightly. Slow, light rain, so that's good. That's good. Good for my pastures anyway, in my fence. Slow rain is better than a fast rain. Yeah. All this water's still going to run off, but at least it'll run off slowly. Then maybe, and hopefully, the creek will be able to keep up with it. Cattle down there eating on it hay. I'm glad I gave it to them. Otherwise, they just have grass to eat. Alright. So far, so good, but they're still expecting, forecast still expecting a lot of rain. They're calling for like 1 or 2 inches. That's today, and then tonight another inch or 2. So I don't know how that's going to play out. At least not around here. Maybe that 1 or 2 inches is somewhere else. But we'll see. We'll see. Time will tell. Well, the rain has increased by 11 a.m. Yeah, it's been raining for about half an hour now. Rain got a little stronger, a little heavier, but not so bad. Still a steady rain. I heard some loud thunders here earlier, and probably what broke. There's another one. Yeah, I need to. All I have to do is hope for the best on the creek situation. Yeah, I hope it don't flood, but whatever. It's out of my hands. Alright. And I lost my internet too. Too much rain, and the rain's too heavy. Lost my internet. We'll see how it works out. Well, I came out to my front porch. Get a different view of the rain. Yeah, it's a little drier up here too. Yeah. It's a steady rain, so let's see what pond looks like. I see a lot of water eroding that black topsoil there from where I used to feed hay bale here. Yeah. And that box that's laid out there, it used to be a square box. It was a wood. Yeah, I used to feed inside that box there. Then this was years ago, and finally this topsoil is starting to wash down into the pond. I guess that's where it's going. Yeah. Yeah, I lost my internet. Too much rain in that area. Just can't access the satellite up there. Hey, look at the redbud blossoms. There's more on top. Up there. There's more up there, but I don't want to get the phone wet. Yeah. I really can't. I could see the creek bottom down here, so if I come up here and I see the creek out there, I'm pretty sure it's going to be out down farther. Yeah. So I'll just have to watch it from here. There's the creek going to the neighbor's property over there. Yeah. So when that's high, then it'll be high. Oh, I'm getting dripped on here. The plastic roofing got a crack in it. It's dripping on me. Huh. Yeah, I shouldn't have used plastic. What do they call it? PVC? It was the PVC roofing for my porch, carport. They said it's supposed to last 25 years, but I don't know. Especially when that hail hits it. Well, it's not too bad right now, so I guess I'll go back in the house and watch. Oh, I can't watch it on the radar, can I? Oh well. I'll just wait and see. Well, the rain's coming down heavy now. The cattle are still standing out there next to the bale. Yeah, it seems like the rain comes in waves. Heavy and then light, heavy and then light. Yeah. Oh, this don't look good. I can see the water collecting down there. Yeah. I guess if I might be able to see the creek. The creek's way out there. Way out there. Yeah. So I'll put it this way. If this bottom here floods, then I'm sure my bottom at the big pasture floods too. So I'll be watching this bottom. This thing. Now this fence I didn't turn off. I left it on. So. I can see out there. I can see out there where that ditch is. Way out there. Looks like it's full. Or maybe I'm just seeing things. Yeah, it's too hard to tell. It's too hard to see anything out there. Yeah, but I can see down there though. There's water collecting down there. It makes it heavier. Oh, let's have to wait it out. I've been ready for an hour anyway. Well, this is the heaviest so far. I still don't have internet yet to check the radar. Cats are doing okay. They're high and dry. I need to give them some more food. Right, Budster? Yeah. Yeah, it's raining out there. Well, I knew this rain was coming, so oh well, nothing I can do about it. All I can do is watch it. Well, my internet came back at around 11:40, so I got an 11:40 radar here, and looks like this red saddle was just came over me. That's where the heavy stuff was that I just saw. But it's starting to get lighter now. Yeah, I think the worst of it's over. This here is going to be coming in now. That's all past me. All right, that's good. Okay, I'm going to take a drive down to the big pasture, see what it looks like. There, I can see that branch there full of water. That's the one going down into my bottom behind the house. Yeah, there's a lot of water down in there. Way out there. But the rain's let up. The rain's let up now, so I think the heavy stuff is over. I'm gonna take a drive. See what I can see. Yeah. Got a lot of rain here. Look at that flowing there. Boy! Lightning. I shouldn't be out here. Yeah. See, that's where I want to put the culvert, right about there. Oi! Right about there. Yeah, because that's the deepest part there. But I'm going to put two culverts in there instead of one like it is over there. Yeah, that won't have a culvert anymore once I get it fixed. Yeah, put 2 culverts there, that deepest part, and then that way the water can still flow. I won't bother that too much. I just dig this out and then dig the rest of it out deep, and then pile dirt up along here. But look at that bottom down there. Yeah, that's creek is full, or the ditch is full, and so is the bottom. Let's go check the bottom at the big pasture. Yeah, look at that water flowing. I'm in the truck, so I'm a little safer from the lightning. I hope. Yeah. Yeah, if I put the culvert over there, where the ditch is the deepest, yeah, and eliminate the culvert over there, yeah, I think that'll help. And I'll put 2 culverts here, 2 culverts there, and take that one, move that one over to here, and add another one. So, and then make a levee on the outside of the ditch, around that curve there. I think that should contain the water in the ditch and keep it going out that way, so it don't go this way anymore. Anyway, that's the plan. But not maybe next week or after. I won't get the culvert till next week, so yeah. Okay, a lot of water flowing here. Yeah, it might wash up my fence if it gets too much. Yeah, I'm gonna back up a little more and check. This is that other culvert, other stream that comes in from the other branch. It flows down there. Goes down there to my pasture, down that way, through there. That's where that water comes from. There. Up this branch. There's a spring in there too, besides the rain we get. And all this water goes under the road. Goes under the road, goes out through those woods there into my pasture. Yeah, that's where the water's flowing. Through those woods into my pasture. Bottom in the house. Bottom behind the house. Yeah, it's all wet through there. I'm getting wet through my window. And these 2 streams merge down that way, and they put all the water in there. And this is the other stream. Goes down from this field here. I think it's raining harder now. Well, let's go out to the big pasture and see what that looks like. There's the culvert that comes across from the neighbor's field across the road. A lot of water comes off the road too. Yeah. And it goes that way into my pond. And out to the culvert over there. That's a new one, so that's doing pretty good. Yeah, raining pretty heavy. Well, I'm in the truck. I'm gonna get wet when I open the window. Yeah, I can see a lot of water out that way out there. That area's flooded right there. But the creek is not out. This creek's not out, so there's just a lot of water building up way out there on the other side of the creek. But I'm gonna head down
There's plenty of water on the road, but I'm gonna watch the traffic. Looks like the other side of the bottom on the other side of the creek is what's flooding right now from that other stream. Yeah, that's backing up. But it looks like it's still low water though. But it don't look good out there. Yeah, I can see the water going over the bridge. I can see the water going over the bridge way back there. Yeah. Yeah, way back there. It's hard to see, but it is. And yeah, there's lots of water down there, mostly on that side. Well, the stream is along the tree line there. That's where the stream is. It's a smaller stream than this one, but it feeds into this one down there. But this one's not over yet, so it's not flooding too much here. It's a lot of water here, but keep an eye on traffic. Yeah. So this, but I think the rain's mostly over, so I'll be back later to check the bridge. But I ain't going down there now. I don't want to get wet because it is still raining. Okay, and I'm getting wet. Okay, let's go back to the house. Stay dry. Okay. Yeah, a lot of water. I didn't think there was going to be that much water over there, but that creek comes out too right there. So I'll be checking that fence after this is over. I'll have to use the ATV to get down there though. But if the fence is working, I won't have to check it. As long as the fence is working. Okay, well, that's all I wanted to see. Alright, back to the house. Well, I'm going to drive down to the other creek crossing. See what it looks like. Hard to hold this camera and drive. Yeah, you can see the water flowing along the fence. That's what I gotta try to solve. Yeah. You know, I thought of something. I don't know if it'll work. But right about here where this pole is, if I could get something to block it from there, right? Something big. So block it there, or even dig a ditch from there, because there's already a little thing there. Dig a ditch, so get most of this water to go out to the road ditch where it belongs. That might help. At least divert some of the water away from the fence, and then yeah, the rain's letting up. Here's the first post I put in. Well, not the first one, but the first one in as I drive. Yeah. It's one of the smaller ones. And then here's one of the big ones I put in the day before. Yeah. And then here's the second small one. And then this one is the one that was original. Well, you can see the water. You can see the water out there. Yeah, I'll crawl on the other side of the road. I'm glad the cattle have a place to stay dry up top. And this is the post is the original. Yeah. And then as I drive down, you can still see the water flowing through here. Yeah, water's flowing through. Oh, that's the third small post over there. See how the water's deeper here? Yeah, it's deeper here. And that's the second big post I put in the day before I put these small ones in. And then, and this is the fourth smaller post. I got these smaller posts set with concrete, and the two larger posts set with rock. And you can see that stream out there. There is a stream over there as it connects to this one here, the bigger one. So it's backed up there. So I didn't realize that stream overflowed that much. But I guess it does, and that just adds to this big stream. But at least it didn't overflow. It didn't overflow. The big creek didn't overflow, so that's good. I can see the water high over there, though. Yeah, this ground's higher here. Yeah, the water that comes down along the fence comes into here. That there comes into here. Yeah, and then it flows. Actually, it flows out right here. Flows out here onto the road because the creek is backing up. The creek is higher than this, so it's coming out. Yeah, this side is higher. The creek is full over that way because there's two streams merged. Two streams merged. That one there, which seems like that one's got more water coming out of it than the big stream. Yeah, I'm getting wet. But and there's the road. There's the creek crossing. Go that way. I close my window too. I'm getting wet. Look at that. Look at that. They need a real bridge here. That's a lot of water. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, there's a lot more water out there than I thought. I never expected that one to flood. Yeah. Anyway, I can see the top of this bigger creek there by those trees. I can see the top, so it's getting ready to go over this banks too. Yeah, it's pretty high over there. Pretty high down there. Yeah. I'm getting wet. But here's where most of the water comes down, but it can't go any farther because it's higher ground up there. So it comes out here, goes out, and then merges with this ditch there. So if I can get a lot of this water to merge somewhere else up to the ditch, that'll be good. But anyway. I gotta go back to the house. I'm getting wet, even inside the truck. Yeah, I can see that the creek is flowing over that bridge. I don't see no log jams or anything up down there. The water's flowing freely across. Hopefully it don't do too much damage, but at least it's not on the rest of the road here. There's some water between here and between this road and the gate, though. There's water going across. Yeah. Maybe that's what I need to do. Build up this side here on the left. build that up with something so the water can't flow across. But the other part's higher. On the other side of the gate, looks like it's higher there. Yeah. Well, I'm getting wet. Yeah, I'll come back later. Uh-oh, I just noticed something. Let's see if I can turn around. At least the road has a sign, impassable during high water. Way down there is the bridge crossing, and I can see the creek is at its highest level right now. Yeah, the creek is ready to go outside, to go over its bank. Well, I can see the water going over the bridge real easy, real good. I can see water going across here. That's a problem. Yeah, maybe I should just raise this up somehow. Add some more rock. Yeah, that'd be the best thing to do. Get some kind of a heavier duty rock that won't wash away. Yeah, and then build it up over time, and it'll make its own water barrier. And then the water will be forced to go that way. We'll see. But anyway, what I noticed is that I didn't notice, I don't remember if I noticed it before when I first got here, but that creek is right at the very top now. Creek's at the very top of its bank, and it looks like it's backing up over there by the gate. Yeah, I'm not sure when it goes over. I don't know where it's going to come out at the thing. I think it's going to be between this tree here and the bridge. I think that's where the water actually comes out. Because I got a ridge over there from when they dug the creek out originally back in the 80s. But as far as the rest of it, I don't know. I think it's higher on that end, from that tree down. I think it's higher there. So I think if it comes out, it's going to come out over here. Anyway, the rain's letting up, so but there sure is a lot of water over that way. Hope there's no flood damage on my fence, but I'll have to check it out after this goes down, especially on that corner. That corner down there. Yeah, that's where all the water accumulates and goes out that way on that corner. Yeah. Okay, I got my work cut out for me. At least this part is still safe for now. And hopefully the creek, now that it stopped raining, hopefully it'll stay stopped, and the water will recede. The creek is out over here, and my bridge is to the right. Over that way. Over that way somewhere. Yeah, but it's as full as it can be, I guess, before it goes over. Well, that's the bridge going to the farm. We'll get a closer look at that. Well, this is the creek that flows down to my big pasture down there, way down there. Yeah, way down there. Yeah. Where those trees are in the background. Yeah. That's probably where the bridge is, back on the left. Yeah. Yeah, the creek's full, but it's not as full here. I think it's fuller down there because it's downstream. Yeah. Because, like I said, at the end of my property down there, that's where the other smaller stream merges with the bigger one, so that's where the water backs up. Yeah, as it makes that turn to go toward the road, yeah, those two streams merge, this one and the smaller one. So that's why the water gets backed up. Okay, let's head back to the house. My barn's up that way. Okay, I've seen enough. Let's go back to the house and dry off. Look at all the water coming off this side of the road. Yeah. I think it comes off that field over there, across where the trees are, and then it flows down the side of the road into the creek near the bridge. And there's a stream down there. Okay, let's go. On this side of the road, it flows under a culvert and comes out. It flows out over there. That's that little pond there. Flows out there. Comes down this side of the road, and then it crosses the road somewhere where I'm at. Actually, it crosses right there. Crosses under the road, goes to there, and the guy who farmed this, at one point he had dug this big ditch here to keep it from going that way, but it still goes there a little bit. So, but he dug it out so it goes around that corner there and goes down to the creek over that way. I guess it was always a wet spot for him, so he tried to help it dry out. Anyway, that's not my problem. Well, it mostly stopped raining. There's still a few drops. Windshield wipers. There's still a few drops falling, but most of the rain's done, I think. Yeah. I think the water should start going down now. I hope. Well, I just came back here to take a look. Even though the rain stopped, the water's getting deeper here. Yeah, there's more water out there. Yeah, it is flooding a little bit, but not a whole lot. It's flooding more on the other side. So the other side, the south fence, is going to be the one I got to be more concerned about right now. Or after the water recedes, I'll take the ATV out there and check out that fence, because that fence is still turned on, so it's probably grounded with water and other debris. Yeah. I got to make sure that fence stays up, because that's where the cattle are. But right now they're probably hiding up at the top near the bales. Okay, let me get a closer look at this. What difference a few minutes make? I just drove down to the other bridge to see what that looked like, and look at this. The water, all that water's coming down this way, and it was still raining. It was still raining to the north. That's probably why this has still got water flowing through it. But I can see the water high. It's probably up to the bottom of the gate by the bridge, way over there. Yeah, I can see it near the bottom of that gate. So it's flowing through there. But I think most of the fence is okay. That gate's okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think the water really flows that heavily on the other side of the creek. It's just a backup of water over there along the south fence. But the flowing water in this light colored water going down, and yeah. So you can see where all the water comes out right there, and then goes in onto the road and supposed to go in the ditch. So I might dig a channel in there, or do something to block that right through there, so that force most of this water here, at least along the fence, to go into the ditch. Yeah, but you can see I can see the water flowing down that way. It's flowing across the field and coming out way down there. I'm not driving down there now, but it's coming out right there. That's that low spot on my fence. This fence is turned off, so I'm not worried about this. Well, I'm worried about it, but I'm not concerned about it being on. Yeah, it did flood. I guess it could have been worse. Hopefully it don't get any higher now that the rain stopped. Yeah, I could see the water flowing pretty swiftly over there by that tree, or the gate. Yeah, right in front of the gate, flowing pretty swift. But I don't think it's as high as my fence yet. But some of that fence is underwater, or at least the posts are, or in the water. Should I say in the water? So I got some cleanup to do on the south fence when the water goes down. And there's still another rain tonight, they said. Yeah, another inch or two tonight. So I don't know what to expect by tomorrow. Anyway, this is what it's doing now. I'll come back later to see how much when it goes down. I'll come back in the afternoon. It is the afternoon. It's 12:40 p.m. right now. So I'll wait till later this afternoon, come back and see if it goes down. As long as it stopped raining, I think it'll go down now. Oh, but there's supposed to be some more rain coming tonight, so I don't know how that's going to work out. Well, looks like some of that pasture's flooded too over there. Yeah. Guess I'll be checking fence over there too. Yeah. Just to make sure I keep the cattle in. I'm sure the fence is grounded already. Started to rain again a little bit. Not heavy though. Yeah. I'll fix that when we move that culvert plus another one over to that section over there. And then build up this, dig the ditch out deeper and dig this side, mound up this side out here around this curve. I should fix that. But water from there, that's coming from someplace else. That's coming from the creek. And I can see the creek now. There's the creek over there. That little strip. Yeah, that's the stream. Yeah, it's over here too. The stream is there behind the trees. Yeah, that's the stream over there. This here is just overflow from something. Yeah. And that's all underwater. That fence there, that's underwater. So I'm gonna go turn the fence off. It's not working anyway. And the cattle are in the barn. Yeah. I've never seen that pond so full. Okay. Well, we got a little flood. Hopefully, we got supposed to have some more rain tonight, so I don't know what's going to happen there. And then supposed to be some more rain tomorrow, so it's just a waiting game now. Well, look, cattle are up on high ground by the barn here, so they're safe. And sounds like my overflow is working. My new overflow for this pond. Yeah, water's not over the pond dam, so it's okay. And the new culvert is behind that blue thing. I put that there so these sticks and stuff wouldn't go through the pipe and jam it up. So that's working pretty good there. And I can see my bottom, my pasture back there got flooded. Yeah, I can see the culvert there, right there. The culvert sticking out. I put that there so the cattle wouldn't step on it, but I also put it there so those sticks wouldn't float in. So I think that's helping, but the water can still get out. And it's going out pretty good too. That's a strong flow of water coming out. That's adding. This is adding to the water down there. Oh, I hit a soft spot. A lot of soft spots up here. Where's my bridge? Yeah, I think my bridge, hard to pinpoint, hard to point to it. See those green trees? That's on this side of the bridge. And then those trees are on that side. So that little gap there is the bridge. And the whole bottom is flooded. Yeah, seems like it's deeper now than it was when I was just down there. I can still see a little grass, but not much.
Yeah, I guess the water's still flowing into it. Yeah. Oh well. I just hope my fence survives. I got some work to cut out for me after this rain event ends. I got another day, so another night and day of rain according to the weather forecast. Next week's supposed to be clear, so I'll be working on the fence next week. Okay, I'm getting wet, so because it's still raining a little bit, which ain't helping. Okay, though. Well, I'm gonna turn your fence off, so don't get out. Cause I gotta work on this fence too. I guess I better work on this fence first. Yeah. Make sure these guys don't get out. Slowly, staying dry. You guys got your own raincoat on there, don't you? That long hair sheds the water. Well, that fence is underwater along here. Probably underwater somewhat over there too, behind that old remnant of the creek, because I rerouted the fence across there. Yeah. The rest of it ain't so bad. I think right there might be a problem with the fence, but most of it's a little bit back there, but most of it's right here. So I'll work on that after the water recedes next week, or when it's drier. Yeah, this is almost like it was before, last year in July. Look at the overflow. The pipe comes out there, but it looked like it's going over the pipe. Yeah, it's going over the pipe. Yeah, because this pond is a lot fuller than it usually is. Ah, boy. I was hoping for the best, and this is what I get. Well, not much water coming out of that gutter. It's probably clogged up. But any water that does come down goes down this ditch, working out pretty good. I need to clean it out a little bit better though, especially down there. 'Cause I dug this recently from here to about there, but I didn't dig out the rest of it. I need to. Oh boy, what a mess. Water, too much water. Too much water. Look at the bottom down there. They're flooding too. Okay. Okay, well, I just have to clean up the mess after the water recedes. That's all I can do. Yeah, it's raining harder now. Didn't want to give up, huh? Yeah, well. I could see all the water down in this bottom down here on the neighbors. And then all way out there is my pasture. Yeah, it's flooded. Okay. Well, guess it didn't work out the way I hoped, but I'll deal with it when the time comes. I'm getting too wet. I gotta go in the house. It's raining harder than it should be. I didn't come with an umbrella either. At least my house is on high ground, so that's good. Well, this ain't the view I was hoping for, but it's what I got. Anyway, and it's still raining. I thought it was over. And more tonight. Maybe this is what they meant by more tonight. But it's only around 1 p.m. I remember when I was a kid though. I was riding in the car with Dad's station wagon. I don't know what model it was, but it was a station wagon. I think I was the only one in the thing. I was probably coming back from the dentist. He always took me to his dentist, which
His dentist never used Novocaine, and the old-fashioned time, so I remember that. Anyway, back there is the road going to the farm. So that bridge over there, and when they crossed the bridge, the water was going across the road. I mean, it was flowing, and but he wanted to drive through it anyway. And I remember we got started, and the water pushed this car off to the edge of the road. But luckily, the edge of the road was higher than the road, so his wheel the car didn't push all the way across. And he made it through, but I remember that, so I don't drive through running water. Oh my gosh, it's getting worse. Well, according to this 1:30 p.m. radar, the storm has moved northeast, or north. And I'm right there, so I should be in the clear for a while, unless this stuff comes over. I think it's all going that way, though. But anyway, I got more than enough rain, because both of my pastures flooded. Just what I didn't want. When the water recedes, I'll be working on all the fences again. The pasture behind the house, the south fence of the big pasture, and then last, because that's where the cattle are, around the south fence. I think the north fence should be okay. The south fence is in that bottom, and I know it got flooded down by the creek. And then the last, because I got them locked out now anyway, is the fence by the road. Hopefully I don't have too much work to do on the fence, except clearing away debris, flood debris that caught on the fence. But I guess I'll find out probably next week when the sun comes out again, because it's supposed to rain again tonight and tomorrow, so I'm not going to do nothing until then. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Same radar image, I just zoomed in on it. Where am I? I think I'm over here. Yeah, so far the rain has moved off to the north. So maybe the water will recede now. I'll go out later this afternoon and check it. I didn't want to look at that flooding too long. It's depressing. Well, it's 2:30 p.m. right now. I think the rain stopped around 1:30 p.m. It's got a nice cold north wind blowing here. It's around 50 degrees. Water receded here, but there's still plenty of water out that way. Creek is still full. I can see the creek up there. That's the creek over there. It's still high, and this is still flooded, so it's not gone down yet. I can use this as a guide to what the big pasture looks like. Yeah, because I don't feel like driving down there again. It's too depressing to look at. But the cattle don't seem to mind. They're out there grazing on the grass already. Yeah, water receded from here, but it's still backed up in this area. These cattle are eating the hay. Oh, I took a measurement in my rain bucket. In 4 hours of rain, I got 1.5 inches. That's how much rain. The other day, I got 1 inch, and the water down in the big pasture the creek was just probably near the top of the bank. So that extra 1/2 inch is what did it. Anyway, I'm gonna go walk over there and see what I can find something. Look out toward the big pasture. I don't want to drive down there yet. My point is still overflowing. And the creek is still overflowing out there too, over the neighbor's ground here. And my bridge is over there. And there's my big pasture. Yeah, it's totally flooded. Well, actually, it's hard to see on the camera, but right through there, I could see the posts that I added. They're still standing. Yeah, I could still see a couple posts. I could see the power pole. I can see the power pole. And then I don't have a zoom. If I ever have to buy a new phone, I'm gonna get one with zoom on it. Yeah. At least I don't think this has got zoom. Maybe it does. I just don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't played around with it that much. Anyway, it doesn't look like it has zoom on it. There's nothing that says zoom. Anyway, yeah, I still see the post standing down there, so the water's hasn't knocked them down. And those big logs there with that dead tree, I think that's right there. They haven't washed away. Yeah, it's hard to. I guess I can see farther better with my eyes than I can with the camera here. Yeah, I can see the creek flowing right there. I can see the water moving really fast through there. The water on the edges are just like overflow, and they're not really flowing that much. Yeah, but the strong waves, the strong water flow is right through there, and across the bridge, and down where the center of the creek is. And it's all backed up out that way too, on the other side of the creek, by the south bend. That's all flooded too. So everything's flooded down there. Yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. I'll go down later. If I think it's been receded, then I'll go down. I'll drive down there again, take a look at it. But for now, I'll just watch it from here. Yeah, I don't want to go down there again. Not yet. Oh, the grass sure looks greener now for some reason. Oh, against that brown water. This pond looks bigger now. But once the water drains out through the overflow on this side, it won't look so full. Yeah, I got a lot of fence work to check. Yeah, I can see the bridge. I can see the bridge way down there, right there, and the creek. There's the creek. Yeah. And I guess that bottom is flooded on the other side of the road. I can see water standing way out there too. Okay, well, yeah, they said it might be flooding. It rained, so, and it did. And there's still some more on the way. According to the forecast, it said it was supposed to rain another inch or two tonight. Tomorrow, maybe not so much. I'm not sure. I forgot about tomorrow. But they said tonight another inch or two. And I got an inch and a half today, so we'll see. Hopefully the next rain won't come until after this water recedes. Give this water a chance to drain away before the next rain tonight, if it comes. Okay, I gotta go in. Feels like it's getting colder. Yeah. There's them two pear trees. I wonder if the bees were really not. It's not been very warm. It's been kind of chilly. The blossoms are fading away. I hope I got some pears this year. Hope the bees were out pollinating when they were blooming. Okay. Cattle don't seem to mind the flood, as long as they got grass to eat, and they got hay to eat too.
I mentioned it before, but at least I'm glad that my house is on high ground. I don't have to worry about it flooding. Just my pastures. Yeah, this tree here, this apple tree here that I grew from seed, I need to trim it off. Like I did the pears. Like I did the pear down there this past winter. This coming winter, I need to do the same thing with this one. Cut them off about halfway. Yeah. Maybe they'll make better apples. Yeah, look at that mess down there. Too much water. Oh, I think the sun tried to come out. Got brighter, but it's not warmer. Yeah, there's the red bud. That's the oldest red bud. Oldest and biggest. And then there's these two. They're nice. They're a little bit younger. But they look good against that green cedar tree background. Brings out the color more. Yeah. Cattle are content. They're eating grass. They got hay to eat. But I'm not content. Not with this flood. But I've done it before. Well, I guess I can do it again. Look at all the rosebud petals fell into the water. Yeah. Now the forecast is showing for tonight, Friday night, showing a potential for rain for 2 to 3 inches. Before it was 1 to 2 inches. Now it's 2 to 3. Oh boy, I sure don't need more rain. Whatever. It is what it is. Okay. It's already flooded, so we'll see. Well, 4:50 p.m. radar showing another storm out to the west and north of me. I don't know which way it's headed, but it might reach over to me eventually. I guess it's almost 5 p.m., so I'm going to drive down to the big pasture and see how the flooding looks there. See if the water receded any. Before the next rain comes, anyway. It's 5 p.m. and it's just starting to rain again. Just a few drops. Yeah. But the water went down. Water went down. A creek receded somewhat. The water's still high in that creek down there. I can see it down there. Water's still high. It's probably still over the bridge too. But I'm gonna drive down to the big pasture to check it out. Well, it's 5 p.m. and the water went down. I think the water's still going over the bridge, but I'll check that out later. I want to drive down first before it starts raining again. It's already sprinkling. See if there's any damage done. I see a big log out that way. Over that way. Just this side of the gate over there. Yeah, that's a big old log washed up there. I'll come up to the first wood post. That looks okay. My eye on the traffic though. Yeah. I can see some debris at the bottom of the T-posts on some of them. There's lots of debris out there in the pasture. Never caught. Here's the other.
There's the first big post. Fence still looks pretty good. Yeah, here's something washed away. I can see it. No, that's that old hay. That's the old hay out there. This is the post. It's just the old hay in that little low spot. Yeah. Water's still out there. There's a lot of water out there still. Well, at least this post is still intact. Good. And I got two concrete. I got two T-post braces there, where the yellow poles are. Okay, let's get down to here. There's more debris. There's more debris along the bottom of the T-post. So far, so good. I got my phone sticking out the window a little bit. Yeah, I think it's pretty good, I guess. Nobody's coming. Nobody's going through here anyway, because the creek is still too high to cross. Yeah. Here's the last post that I put in, and you can see across the creek in the back there, way to back. The water's down there too. Hopefully that fence is still good. I guess if I can get across the bridge, I'll check the fence for if it's working, the south fence, see if it's working or not. But you can see all the debris that washed up against the post over here. Okay, let me go up. Check this. Let me check the creek now. Yeah, still pretty swift. I'm sure my water's going over my bridge too. At least I would think it would be. I'm gonna walk down there before it rains too much. There was just a crack of lightning here a few minutes ago as I was backing down in here, and I think I'm going to go back in the truck and get out of here. I can see the bridge. The water is still over it. That's all I need to see. Yeah, I'll check it out later. It's still raining, so if that other rain shows up, I can see the creek is still high over there. So, and I don't see the creek here, but if it's over, if it's there, then it's as high as over here. Anyway, this a little bit of debris washed up over here out of there, but the rest of the pasture, there's always that water going through that little low spot. Yeah, I used to feed hay in there when it was dry, just to help fill it up, but it keeps washing away, so maybe I should stop that. Yeah. You can see all the little things that caught the thing. It's starting to rain more now, and I'm getting wet again, so I'm not going to walk to the bridge. I think it's going to flood again when we get another rain, because it's raining right now, and that's what they said. And they said 2 to 3 inches. Yeah, I'll have to wait and see on that. Okay, I'm going back to the house. I've seen enough. Yeah. Getting kind of messy down in here too. Yeah, it probably wouldn't hurt to put a thicker layer of rock to here on the hole, make it solid. Yeah, that'll help. There's a low spot anyway. I gotta have the rock big enough that won't wash away though. Well, this fence survived the first flood. And if it rains as much as they forecast, let's see if it survives the next one. I hope so. Looks so far so good. I'm happy about this. We just gotta wait and see what the next rain will do. And that'll be, I won't be able to see it because it's gonna happen at night. So, and I think that if it rains tomorrow, they're only calling for a ½ inch tomorrow on Saturday. So, and after that, it'll be clear for at least a week. So maybe I can get some of this fence checked. But it looks like it's, so far, it's not much work to be done here, if any. Yeah, but I'll still have to check it all. The one back there on the, way back there on the south fence across the creek, that might be a different story. I think the water might have been deeper there. Anyway, oh, I see some lightning, so I better get back to the house. Well, I'm back. Not much I can do except wait out the rain. Yeah, we're getting another rain. Hopefully this will be the last one tonight. But we'll see. It's going to be a long night. Yeah. I already got 1.5 inches today. Not counting the rains I had a few days ago. I forget what day that was I had. I think that the first day I had 1 inch, I think. Or something. I forget now. I forget, I have to look back. I don't know. All I know is it rained 1.5 inches today. Okay. Okay. Oh, it was last Sunday. That's right, it was last Sunday we had 1 inch. Yeah, last Sunday we had 1 inch. Yeah, if I root right, last Sunday. Okay. Well, let's hope we don't get as much as they forecast. And that the flood is no bigger than it was this time. But the creek's already full. The creek is already full, so it's gonna get bigger. I'm hoping this is another slow rain this time. Well, it's raining again, and it's a steady rain too now. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm in this area right there. And I think this is moving like all the rest of them. Moving from the southwest to the northeast. Moving this direction. And sliding east at the same time. Yeah, northeast and east. And so I'll be getting some rain out of this one. Again, I'm sure the creek will flood, but I won't be able to see it because it's going to be dark here soon. So I'll just hope for the best. The first round of rain caused a flood, and but luckily my fence, at least the one by the road, survived. So I'm hoping for the best on this one too. But the creek was already full this time. Yeah, on this one, the creek is already full, maxed out. So it's just going to push it even higher. Okay, I'll just have to wait till tomorrow to see the result. All right. Well, it's almost 6 p.m. and I'm getting another hard rain. Just like it was this afternoon, or this morning. Yeah, earlier today. Yeah. Oi! What was that? Ooh! That was quite a... I think that was far away, but it sure looked close. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I got a feeling this is going to flood again. Unless it starts to slow down like this. This speed is okay. What is that over there? I see a light way out in the distance, way over there. Way above my pasture, beyond my pasture. That could be that neighbor way over there. There's the neighbor. Lives way over there. Yeah, that could be him. I don't know if he lives there or farther to the right. Anyway, there's a light there. Oh, I've had enough rain. Come on. Hope this is the last one. Please be the last one. Tonight. I think this one might take a little longer because they look a little whiter on the radar, stretching out to the west. But it's moving northeast and east at the same time, so it might take a while to move across. As long as it don't rain too hard, but oh well. That's just the way it is. If it floods, it floods. I'll look for damage after it dries up. I just saw another flash, and that one was closer. Yeah, that was closer. I don't know if I caught it on this video, but I turned it off. As soon as I was turning it off, it flashed. Yeah. Okay, I gotta go in before it gets too close. Well, I can see how well, I'll get more rain out of this system because the rain just keeps coming up from the southwest. Yeah, just stays right over us, over me anyway. Yeah, it just keeps coming across. Yeah. Oh boy, that's why it's going to be. This is going to be more rain than the last rain we had today. Hope my fence holds up. Hope my fence holds up. Well, it's 6:30 p.m. now, and the bottom ain't flooded yet. Rain kind of slowed down right now. According to the radar forecast, there's some more coming. It just never ends, seems like. Yeah. I'm going to be losing my light here pretty soon, so I just have to keep watching the radar, see what happens. Oh, there's a crack. There's a crack of lightning. I think it was pretty close. Anyway, I better go back in. I lost my internet for a little while, but like I said, the rain slowed down just a little bit, but it's going to start up again soon. Yeah. Well, I guess I'm going to end it here for the outside part, and I'll keep an eye on. Look at that. Look at the clouds going in the opposite direction. Look at that. The whole the upper clouds are going that way, but that cloud's going that way. That's weird. The upper clouds are going to the left, but that cloud there is going. The lower clouds are going the other direction. That's weird. That is weird. I've never seen that happen before. Huh. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to be losing my light here. It's already getting dark. Yeah, I'll just watch it on the radar as long as I have internet connection. I can see how we could get 2 to 3 inches tonight, but hopefully it won't be all at once. Yeah. All right. I'll be checking everything tomorrow again. Oh, there's another lightning. I'll be checking everything tomorrow again. And hopefully it won't rain much tomorrow either. Alright, that's all for outside. I'm just going to be checking the weather inside on the radar from now on. Alright, catch you later.
Severe storms usually move fast, sweeping through towns, cities, and states, leaving behind destruction in just hours. But according to AccuWeather storm chasers, this week was different.
This is unheard of to me, to be in this area, eastern Arkansas, into western Mississippi and Tennessee for 3 or 4 days in a row with legitimate severe weather and tornado chances.
It's not often storm chasers stay put, but this outbreak across the South and Midwest is rewriting the playbook.
Typically, it's just a one-night thing and it's over, it's done. This is the first time that I can remember doing a setup where it just goes days on end.
AccuWeather expert forecasters are warning of generational flooding, rain totals that could break records and devastate communities. It's a rare setup with two key ingredients colliding.
Number one, a bona fide atmospheric river that's going to take moisture from the Caribbean and wham it northward into the Mid-South. And number two, we're going to get severe weather with this. Not only are we going to get damaging winds, hail, and flooding rain, but I think tornadoes are on the ground.
The highest flood risk will be in the Mississippi Valley through the weekend, with a warning for residents.
Rare meteorological ingredients like this, unfortunately, produce historically bad outcomes.
And that's exactly what storm chasers will be bracing for, while just this time staying in the same location.
It's not uncommon for storm chasers to cover a lot of ground in the prime months of March through June. But what is unusual is to be camped out essentially in the same area, especially in an area displaced so far from the traditional tornado alley.
For AccuWeather, I'm Allie Reed.
At 7 p.m., tonight's forecast for Friday night, April 4th, it's back to the 1 to 2 inches of rain. Before it was showing 2 to 3, I think, so it's always changing. Well, I'd rather take 1 to 2 than 2 to 3. Did I say 3 to 4? No. It was 2 to 3 earlier. Now it's back to 1 to 2. All right. Let's hope for less than that too. Well, this is the weather radar for 9:40 p.m. I'm in that area there, but it's been raining for 4 hours, over 4 hours now. And I think I got most of this here because there was a lot of lightning and thunder up in here. Anyway, it's still moving up this way. Yeah, doesn't look like it's letting up either. Anyway, I haven't had internet for all this time too. Yeah. Oh, it just went out again. My internet, I finally got this radar mark to show up because I got internet for a few minutes, but now it's out again, but the image is still stuck here. Okay. Well, according to the weather thing I saw on the TV, this should pass around midnight. Yeah, it should be out of the way by midnight. It's slowly moving that way. It's moving this direction, but it's also moving east at the same time. So it's going to take a while for all this to pass, but at least the heavy stuff is done. It's still raining right now. Probably going to rain for another 2 hours or something. So we're going to have some. I'm sure there's lots of water down there. I'll see how much rain I got tomorrow morning when I check my bucket. I think that's all I'm going to do for tonight. I can't do nothing with the internet down anyway, so I'm going to wait and see. Wait and see. Well, it's 10 p.m. now, and it's still raining. I'm right in the middle of it. And there's still some more coming up from the southwest. Let's see if I can get this thing to move. internet connection is still going off and on, off and on. But I got this thing to move. Oh, it's after 10 p.m. I'm getting tired. Still raining, and this just shows the before, the current, and the after forecast. And I'm ready to call it a night. I'm right about there. It's slowly moving up and over. So it's going to be raining most of the night tonight, I think. They said it might clear out by midnight, so a couple more hours it'll be done. And then I'll wake up tomorrow morning and see what happened down in the pastures. Yeah, probably going to be a big mess down there, but we'll see. I can still hope for the best with my fence. Okay, or fences, should I say. Alright, that's all for tonight. That's the end for this day. Bye.